So the first question was around the increasing numbers of cases in Lagos, and that seemed to be, that question was presented as a comparison with Kano. Since Lagos and Kano have a similar demographic, why are we seeing so many cases in Lagos as compared to Kano? Well, the way you described the question was that there is a dramatic increase. So it's not a dramatic increase, it's a gradual increase. When you would say something is dramatic is if it goes from 50 to 200 to 1,000. That would be dramatic. And that's what was seen in the northern hemispheres, in Europe and America. There was dramatic increase in numbers. Ours is gradual. We've gone from 50 to 70 to 100 to 130 to 150, and now for the first time we're seeing numbers approaching 200 per day. So that is a factor of several things. The first factor is that we know the disease, the outbreak is expanding. So we expect to see more cases. We have not reached our peak yet, but the graph and the rate of increase of new cases is very gentle. And that is what we defined by our model, and it is following true to the trend that we defined in our model to see this kind of increase. So we know that we were going to see about 200 by this time. Maybe by next week, we might be seeing 250 or 300 per day. The other factor is that we have increased our testing capacity in the laboratories. We now have 4 laboratories that are testing, and they're testing, they have the capacity to test 24 hours a day on different shifts. So our total testing capacity has gone up to almost 800 tests a day. And with some new equipment that we are fitting into our testing laboratories, we should be able to exceed 100 tests per day soon. So the more you test, the more cases you will find. Thirdly, we've decentralized our sample collection. So we're collecting samples in 20 local governments now. So if you want to get tested, you don't have to find your way to one of our isolation facilities, or you don't have to wait for our epidemiology team to come to your house. You can easily walk or find your way to one of those 20 decentralized sample collection sites. And as a result of that, we're seeing more people coming forward for testing. Now, when you compare us to Kano, Kano only has 1 laboratory for testing, as far as I know. And in fact, that laboratory has only just become operational. And from our experience, even when we operationalize a laboratory, it still takes a week or 2 of teething problems before you get the tests running smoothly. So there is no way that Kano can be testing as much as Lagos. And Lagos has had 4 established laboratories running now for almost up to 2 months. They're well experienced, they're seasoned, they're working on 3 shifts a day. So our testing capacity is much higher than Kano, and therefore our rate of diagnosis has got to be much higher than in Kano. I can't say what the disease profile is in Kano, but for us, based on our testing capacity, we're seeing more cases, and that's the idea. We want to identify as many people as possible, particularly those that are sick and need help. We need to identify them quickly.